Okay, SFSU Scientists, we are here today from San Francisco State University, within San Francisco State University's Science Communication. We will be sitting down with scientists at San Francisco State doing or attempting numerous activities and while talking science and getting to know each other. So if you want to meet Andrea and Minerva and get Glam with us, keep on watching.
So she came out with
I know, it's exciting. Wait, I don't know. I never, this part of my, of the whole beauty guru YouTube BS, I hide it deep down.
Oh my god,
I don't want anyone to
you know when you're
my,
showing videos in
pleasures.
classes or whatever, and the YouTube thing that pops next to it, I always try to avoid that because I don't want
all the notifications of all the makeup channels.
Oh.
I think that's the only thing I follow on
Yes.
YouTube. A bunch of makeup channels.
Me too.
Lose day 2.
That and food, tasty or whatever the fuck.
Okay. What have you got a lot of shit going on over here.
You said we get ready, and I'm like, but that's so broad still.
I feel so prepared.
I'm all for sharing.
Okay, if no one doesn't know this yet, Makeup Monster Cosmetics. It's a woman-owned brand. She's vegan. She makes it all herself, cruelty-free, but she just branded to Menagerie Cosmetics, and a certain percentage goes towards animals.
Oh, cool.
I'm one of those people who try really hard to
No, I get it.
buy.
How's the formula?
It works.
You could wear it at lab all day.
Oh yeah, I lick my lips too.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh my god.
It can get a little
crusty.
crumbly.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But not. I think overall my favorite liquid lipstick is Kat Von D. Yeah.
She's my favorite eyeliner. But
Oh yeah.
dude, I tried so hard to do that and I couldn't do it.
I need to restock, and I'm just yeah, Von D.
Okay.
With all the stuff.
What about you?
My makeup?
Andrea, yeah, what you got going on?
Okay, well it really depends what kind of day I'm going for. If I'm doing a full
This
coverage
is
type
a beautiful
day.
setup, by the way. Yeah, this is very,
very clean.
Yeah. Do you like baby white or something? It's exploded. It's got
I don't know.
gross stains.
I like my things to be I don't know, semi-cleaned. But anyways, it depends if I'm going for a full coverage day, then I'll
Let's do a full
coverage.
Let's do full glam.
Full glam.
I haven't done that in so long.
All right, then
We're
yours
hitting
out
the
of the
clubs.
picture.
The clubs.
The clubs. Low lighting.
How gross. There's one of my both my pets are dead. And hair on it. I'm gonna wash it real quick.
Okay, well I'm gonna prime.
Yeah.
You do mattifying, right?
I do mattifying.
I do the opposite. I like to look. Yeah.
I'm gonna try
My face is super dry.
I'm gonna try the new one I got. It says it's mattifying, so let's see if it's not tacky when I wear it.
My face is about to get so pink and red because when I rub my face, it gets
Same.
Okay, so let's start from the very beginning. Who wants to go first?
I already started crying.
No, you're okay.
Talking.
Minerva, what was the first thing that got you interested in science? You can go as far back as you want.
You know what? I was actually thinking about the other day because I think I saw on science Twitter how little things now you remember oh, that's warning signs that you were supposed to be a scientist. So I would actually always
Warning signs.
Yeah.
Sounds dangerous.
Not warning signs, but cues, I guess, that you should have known. Whenever I would go to school or something, I would always count how long it would take. And I would do it through certain periods of days. I would legit collect data, take the average, and find out at a certain stop, it will legit take me 10 minutes to get there. By this time, I have to leave the house, and then I'll get there at time if I don't. I would collect a bunch of data and realize.
That's
so are you ever late?
Now I am, yeah. If it's a new place, yeah, but if it's a place I know, I'm oh no. I still drop off my brother to the same school. So I know if I'm out.
Oh, you grew up here?
Yeah. Born and raised here.
So cool.
Yeah. And so
Here is San Francisco.
Here in San Francisco. Though I live in South City, but all my schooling's been in San Francisco.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And so I knew if I leave by like 8:06 or something, I wouldn't make it on time to drop them off. So everything's been tried and tested. And also, actually, my first research experience was in anatomy. And here we are.
Here we are. Cool. What about you, Andrea?
The question was,
What was like the first time you got interested in science or involved? You can go as far back as you want.
I'll start with a little more fast forward. I guess when I was in college and I took the cell biology course.
Oh, who'd you
I had.
That could be tea for another time.
After I took that class, I felt like super interested more than ever in the field that I was studying, molecular cell bio. It was just so interesting, and I felt a sense of belonging. And after that, I was like super passionate, and I really, really wanted to continue. And that's, I think, right after I started getting into research. And everything just started making sense and like clicking because, like, you know, one thing leads to another, and it's a cascade of effects, and that to me is super, super interesting.
What about you, Jordan?
Sweet.
Depends on how far back we go. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I don't know necessarily if this was like my first. It definitely wasn't my. Okay, I just been really thinking about this story recently because I had told it to my partner. So in 5th grade, we were doing a whole section on ancient Egypt. And towards the end of it, we made these little sarcophaguses out of paper, and then we got raw chicken legs, and we seasoned them and wrapped them as we were wrapping mummies. And then we would have to go bury it in our backyard. And I was wondering if it was still there today. Almost, but
That's funny.
yeah. Okay, so tell me about your research questions. What are you guys researching here? You guys are both in the same lab.
Yes.
Okay, so who wants to give
The spiel.
the tea on the lab?
All right, so me and Andrea are both part of the Health Equity Research Lab under Dr. Letty, who's also the director of the BUILD program here at San Francisco State, to help promote underrepresented students in biomedical sciences, so increasing diversity. And so what the Health Equity Research Lab is that we're linking science to community health. So problems in the community, we try to provide a scientific basis of the problems that are going on. So my problem, I'm focused on college students as a community. College students are very stressed, and you know, we have to look at interventions to help decrease that stress, because that stress later on could lead to a bunch of negative health problems later on. So I'm looking at therapy dogs to see if they actually decrease stress in college students by collecting their saliva and measuring their stress levels before and after they interact.
With the dogs or the student saliva?
The students. But you could do dogs, but I'm not doing that. So.
Oh, wait. Okay, dumb sidebar. Has anyone looked at like a dog being pet in their cortisol levels?
So from the research I've done, they looked at dogs and dog owners. And they have noticed that actually dogs actually do get happier when they interact with their owners.
Oh, quality science.
Okay, another sidebar, sorry. I was reading this microbiome paper, and it cited this paper saying that dogs dogs and their owners, the humans, had more similar microbiomes to each other than like another, so like my dog and me had more similar microbiomes than you and your dog.
Huh.
But that makes sense.
That's crazy.
But-
I mean, it
but
makes
cool.
sense that you're being in the same environment, so you would be
Like
exposed to the
petting.
same.
Yeah.
Kissing and all that
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah. That's,
Cool.
That's me.
stuff. Okay. What about you, Andrea?
So I'm evaluating a light source at a specific wavelength that's supposed to illuminate caring-causing bacteria, and caries are, you know, your cavities. And as neatly
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Wait, why are they called a carry?
Carie, it's the scientific name, I guess, right?
Like Latin,
Yeah.
maybe?
The Latin name.
Because in Spanish it's
yeah.
called carias.
Caries is the
So
Latin
maybe-
word for rottening,
Ugh.
I believe that was. Yeah.
Wait, how's it spelled?
Caries. caries.
Oh my god, I could never name anything Carrie ever again.
You're rotten.
Yeah. And as my PI neatly said the other day during our lab meeting, why should we care about cavities? Because people are dying. Under people who are low on, healthcare and don't have the access for getting dental treatment or oral treatment in general, they could die from just getting a simple cavity and not knowing how to treat it. So with this light source that we're evaluating, we're hoping to have a better method to diagnosing,
that's so cool.
and hopefully make it more cost efficient.
So the goal is to find the light source that you can go around down the field and be like, you got cavities.
Yeah.
Can we buy that? I don't have insurance to go see a dentist. I would love to know. Pre-evaluate. Do I really need to go? That's so cool. Okay. So Minerva, what do you expect to see from your results? Because I know you're collecting results right now.
Yeah, so I'm recruiting a bunch of students on campus, and they're just coming in. Whenever I have my dog days, they come in without knowing that there's dogs. That's very important. Because if they know that their dogs or bodies are already ready.
That's why you don't put it on the flyer.
Okay. It just says stress intervention, because you got to keep it blind. Because if they do know, that means their bodies are already ready. So they're already de-stressed. You're trying to, capture that moment. But I did do a pilot actually in April. So a pilot means a first experiment.
Right.
And I had a group of students participate without knowing either. And it actually showed that therapy dogs do decrease your stress levels. So
during that time.
So yeah, after 15 minutes with the dog. So I would collect a saliva sample before and after. And they would see that your stress levels would decrease after interacting with the dogs themselves.
And how long do you think that lasts, that impact?
Well, it depends. Stress is very variable. Maybe you're going home and you get into traffic, your stress levels went up again. When in our lab we do measure cortisol a lot. If we want to see your actual average stress levels, we actually have to measure it for 3 days and collect the average. And in the morning, it's very my stress levels would be different from yours right now, from Andrea's right now, different from tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So how do you collect a baseline?
Really, for my project, it's not that important because I'm collecting before and after. The student is their own baseline, and I'm just just looking at 15-minute changes. So it's really easy. I don't have to control for much because of that. But yeah, stress is stress.
So in policy-wise, what do you think your research could add to?
Enact more therapy dogs as a use of intervention, because I feel dogs don't ask for much, and you wouldn't have to a therapist is good, but some people aren't comfortable talking to people,
and they're $160 an hour.
Yeah, so if you bring a dog, if you just interact with a dog, your body's already, they're not asking for much.
They're too good for
they're just there. Yes, so it would help actually provide more proof that these therapy dogs are actually working, to help student mental health.
And yeah, so what would that look like? The school's responsible for providing dogs, or students are allowed to have dogs
I think
going around classes with them?
Schools would be able to provide more dogs because these therapy dogs are trained to deal with thousands of students at the same time. You have to go through training to do that. So I guess the school would provide another free intervention, like the ones here in San Francisco State.
Yeah, they do every
once
a semester. They have quad day.
There's therapy dog days twice a month on the first and third Tuesdays of every month from 12 to 1. And therapy cats too, actually.
I don't know if this is even my shade anymore.
Did you get tan? Or do you have winter skin?
It fluctuates based on, but we'll find out. All right, here goes nothing.
What's the difference between using it wet or dry? Oh, never mind, you got it wet.
Yeah.
Because
Don't use it dry.
I use it dry. I don't know.
It's nails on a chalkboard to me. It's don't.
I use it dry. I use it dry when I set. Because I feel
I'm so janky. I literally just use the powder foundation to just set shit. Okay, Andrea, what about you? Tell me more about your project. Go more in depth. What do you expect to happen? What's your experimental plan? Give me all the tea.
So with my project, I'm working with 2 of the most common bacteria that causes cavities.
Ooh, what is this?
The 2 bacteria?
Yeah.
Lactobacillia and Streptococcus mutans.
Aren't those like really wide, like general list bacterias?
What do you mean, general?
Oh, never mind. I don't
Right. So why I'm looking specifically at those is that they metabolize the sucrose in your saliva and create your teeth to, I guess, rot in a sense.
This is making me want to brush my teeth.
Yeah. So what I'm doing with these 2 strains is that I need to find, I guess, their like sweet spot where they're growing first. Fun for me because I come from a Cell&Molecular background and not microbiology, so I'm learning a lot about culturing their bacteria, how to like
you get
maintain
to culture?
it. Yeah. And a little more about like the background behind using the laser. So it's a lot of new stuff for me, which is really fun. So after I grow the bacteria, there's 2 parts to my experiment. We're testing it in the clinic, in vivo with patients, and we're testing it here on campus, which is what I'm doing, the wet lab part of it, which is growing it and kind of testing their immediate light source and emission. So it's really fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're like culturing all these. I'm trying to imagine this. You're culturing all these plates.
Yeah.
You see growth, and you take this laser beam, and you like shoot it all, and then
Measure out the emission of the bacteria.
do you put in like what are those like?
Like GFP or any of
yeah.
that. So with what I have to test is their, I guess, essential
Natural
background.
GIF.
Yeah. Background.
Oh, that is so
fluorescence.
cool.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So you know how this is probably so not anywhere close to anything. You know how when you're in a black light thing and your teeth are all glowy?
No.
That's just because they're like.
So when
white,
you're in a
right?
black light and like your teeth shine back like bluish, or what if they shine?
It's like
Oh,
yellowish.
actually, I have seen someone who had like weird dots on their teeth. Oh my god, what if they had pillow cavities?
Or what if they have plaque?
Yeah, probably could be the plaque buildup. Yeah.
Because that means it's not shining, reflecting the teeth itself.
Yeah, it's not the
reflecting
enamel showing anymore. It's like
the dirt,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah,
Super wild. So what's your sorry. Sorry. So how far along are you? Are you in your first year, your second year?
I am.
What does that mean for like your progress on your
I am my first year. This is my first semester starting.
Oh my gosh. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Wow, you are you feel like you have it all together.
That's what I
Really?
said, dude. I didn't
Oh
know
my
until like
I feel so
second
behind.
I
semester.
still don't.
I feel so behind already because I just want to get it like the ball rolling and stuff. With the we're starting the clinical trial at UCSF, which is
Where you actually are blanching people's teeth.
yeah.
Oh, that was gonna be so cool.
Yeah, so we're starting that, and I am in the works of starting my wet lab portion here. So I haven't gone too much in depth yet, but I'm excited to see what we find in clinical trials.
Okay, what is the thing that excites you the most about your research? Either one of you.
I get to be with the dogs.
Done.
I get to be with 7 dogs in one room.
Oh, that's amazing.
I think one thing that excites me the most is if we prove that it works, it's like something that's going to start being implemented in the clinics.
Oh.
So that's really exciting for me.
Yeah.
light source is being evaluated by the FDA, so if it works, we'll have it approved.
Whoa, you know how big that of a statement that is? Like, you would be a part of that too?
Yeah.
That's gonna look
Thanks.
good on that
Yeah.
CV. It's government approved,
Yeah.
basically.
So if
Yeah, so wait, sorry, back up. So what would that look like? Like, that would mean, like, every dentist would just have this giant laser beam,
so
and you would go in, and, like...
It's compacted into the handpiece, so if this is the handpiece where they would drill, the light source would be on the end of it, where the burr, which is like, I guess, the little blade part is. So whenever they have... This is my fake tooth. So this is their tooth.
It's actually a pretty good tooth.
And they'll start drilling, you could see the light immediately will bounce from the tooth and bounce back. And you could immediately visualize it. So it's pretty compacted, and hopefully if it works and we do get it started, a lot of the offices will now have that light source.
And is it more cost effective for dentists? Or like efficient?
I would think so, yes, because it's a lot less invasive. You wouldn't be overdiagnosing because you'll have a clear visual of the caries, of the cavity.
Dude, yeah, it is cavity filling. I did not know how much tooth gets taken away.
Yes.
Dude, it is crazy.
Because they have to get extra besides what they take out.
Yeah.
It is so sad.
You don't want to be removing a lot of that sound tooth structure.
Because you have to keep your teeth for the rest of your life.
That's the goal. You don't want a mouthful of crowns and composites.
And bridges.
Yeah.
So your baby master's program, and how are you feeling about it? Are you feeling like what's next? I already know about you. We can talk about that.
So after my
Part two.
master's?
Yeah.
After my master's, I do want to apply to the PhD program, and I also would hopefully want to do the DDS program as well.
Isn't there like a DSP, like a dual? Oh,
Yeah.
that is so cool.
But I'm gonna apply to both and see what happens.
Believe
and
it,
the
yeah.
dual one. I really want to
Believe it.
continue doing research.
Research is cool.
Research is cool.
Oh yeah, researchers. That's so awesome. So that's what you want to be when you grow up.
Yeah.
That's cool. What about you, Minerva?
Big
Exhale.
I know.
Big sigh.
I am applying to PhD programs right now, specifically looking at translational medicine. So it's getting stuff from the lab and implementing them in hospitals. And also, I think most of them are like...
Wait, can you back up a little bit? What does that mean?
So it's basically, you're studying things in the lab itself, and then you're able actually to treat the patients afterwards. So most of the programs I'm looking at...
So like cures.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
And
cool.
Also, or like clinical investigations, so being able to continue working with people and helping people.
So you really like interacting with...
Yeah, I do, and I want to continue to help working, because I think as I was going in the sciences, I was human physio, I was human anatomy, now human cell molecular. I was learning human based, and I want to keep doing that. And becoming a PhD and doing research on humans is the goal. Continue helping. And also to help decrease health disparities in minorities is another cycle.
Wait, can you say that louder?
Decrease health disparities in minorities. And also because they're also very underrepresented in like clinical trials and in studies, help recruiting people, because we're all diverse, and it would help, I guess, better treatments if we have a broad amount of people being involved.
Yeah, that is so awesome. I'm so proud to be sitting next to you both right now.
Don't make me cry.
I just did my fresh face. I don't want to cry.
Okay, so usually I take if I'm getting Glam, I take 40 minutes to do this, but I feel like this is going to take an hour and a half because we're talking.
Sam, I haven't done my face. I'm still on my eyes.
Oh, so you do your eyes first?
Yeah, because in case there's fallout
Yeah, that makes
on
sense.
my face.
On a side note, we have the same new one, right? Or
Was
just
it
a
the
bigger
free one?
Yeah.
I got that one. Remember how I told you guys I have one blush, but I never use it.
This is mine, and I've only used it to put on my nose.
It's like,
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
exactly. I
That
gave
first-
that one to my mom though. I didn't like the lipstick. It made my lips look like.
yeah, you have to go really hard when you want to wear a light lipstick, you know? Really hard on the eyes.
Go hard on the pink.
Yeah, the free ones from Sephora, so thank you, Sephora.
Sponsored by
Sephora.
JK, I wish.
Imagine. Keep doing these.
Do they sponsor anyone?
Yeah, how do we get sponsored? Like, as female scientists and doing makeup, can we get sponsored like all these other celebrities who do
Maybe we
makeup?
should tag them.
Tag all our makeups. Like, I use Urban Decay, this and this and that. You know, tag every single.
What's your point balance at right now? I've been hoarding them because I really love the big 500 ones. Like
For Sephora?
I feel
I
like
think I have like 250. I only shop when there's sales, honestly. Like,
yeah.
half of this is like 21 Days of Summer.
I love
Like
that.
this one? It's 25 Days of Summer. So I don't really pay full
Shit, I
price.
haven't done this in so long. I forget which one I go in on.
Try the light one first.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
Go hard on the on the darker one. Regrets.
Okay, where are we at?
Talking about being females in science.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. So let's talk about makeup. That's really pretty. That's really really pretty. Let's talk about makeup. What was your first? Yeah. What was your first makeup memory?
Probably, you know, like when you go to your mom's makeup or whatever. But honestly,
This is
I didn't actually wear makeup. Even in high school for picture days, I would be like, nah, like even putting a gloss on was like too much of a hassle. You know, and obviously, you know, for senior portraits, yeah, I did like full face and graduation and all that. But I didn't get into like this makeup until maybe actually at the last semester I graduated here with my bachelor's. I don't know, I just started watching videos.
Oh yeah, you did your undergrad here too.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do your undergrad here?
I did.
SFSU.
Don't remember.
That's fine.
I've been, yeah, disclosure, I've been here at SFSU. This is like my 8th year.
I've been here
I,
since 2011.
Yeah! Oh my god, 911!
Yeah, but then I took a year off once I graduated in 2016, and I'm back in 2017.
She's back!
I love it here.
I'm never leaving.
What's
If
your...
I had a PhD program, I wouldn't leave.
Same. Yeah. What's your
First makeup
first 3?
experience?
Well, what's your first 3 numbers? What year did
Oh,
you start here?
13.
Oh, 13. Yeah, see? She's a baby.
Baby.
Okay, yeah, your first makeup memory.
My first makeup memory. Well, my mom doesn't really wear makeup, so I don't think I had that like really experience of like going through my mom's makeup. But I think for me, the first time that I started or that I used makeup was in my quinceañera.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know when you go to like the MAC store and like they do your makeup for you or whatever. I did that for my quinceañera, and that for me was like my first
That's true. I didn't
dive
think about
into
that. Like,
using makeup and you know the eyeshadow stuff.
like a little porcelain doll, you know, with a dress. And that's how I felt like. Porcelain doll.
Well, you get one. Did you not do that?
I didn't do that though.
Oh,
The doll kind of creeped me out.
Yeah.
No offense to anyone who does it. but-
I was a doll receiver, and I was all excited about it for like the first year, and then I got really scared, and it's hiding in my closet still in my mom's house.
Yeah, it trips me out a little. I'm just like, Annabelle. Who said that?
Yeah, so my grandma she's still pretty into makeup. And whenever I stayed with her, I just remember she lived in Diamond Heights, and she had a really small bathroom. And so like all her makeup was all over her toilet, but it was this like this tall wooden thing, and it had all of her lipsticks like popping out, and she's an orange girl. I don't know how, she's the only person I know who can pull off orange. Oh, you can.
I try.
This is like as orange as I'll go. Which is, I recommend this one.
I think mine's like this one.
Yeah. So I would love watching her, and my mom too. My mom, not as much though. She was a working gal, so she was like, lipstick, done. I would just love watching them do it and like sit in their bathrooms, and it was really fun. But yeah, I didn't like you. Like I didn't even buy my first face makeup until college.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
same.
I didn't start using like foundation and
I started with bare
all the
minerals.
other stuff
And
until
that's because
like
my mom used it and I still have foundation.
like my freshman year of college, maybe. Yeah, and I started with the Kat Von D one, real thick. I didn't need to
started hard.
0 to real thick.
Yeah, I didn't need to wear that thick of a foundation.
I like got these so hard.
I think my first one was
This is so bad, you guys. I've done this so long.
Bare Minerals powder foundation. That was my first one. But then I have like very oily skin and powder doesn't really work for me because I feel like I oil through the powder real quick.
I have combination skin, but it's like very extreme of both.
Oh.
Like right now, I'm all hella dry, but that's also I think because I changed up my face wash routine. But yeah, I tend to be extremely oily. It sucks.
It
Sucks so
sucks
bad.
so much. I think that's why I don't like being dewy because I'm like, oh.
I'm like the opposite. I'm so fucking dry. It sucks because like if you're trying to wear your foundation or whatever, you get like crusty all over maybe like your nose.
Like this.
yeah, and like around my nose especially. I hate it. So I'm always looking for like something to make me less.
I tried the Tarte Amazonian Rainforest, the
Oh my God.
moisturizer.
Moisturizer?
Yeah, they have like a moisture one specifically for dry skin.
Is it a primer or like a moisturizer?
It's really wet.
It's a foundation.
It's a rainforest. Sea rain.
Probably,
something.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys are like almost done.
I haven't even got face. I just have
Um,
eyes and
what am I doing? What am I doing?
whatever you want.
I should do eyeliner probably first because she's rusty. So
It's okay. I bought a little eye makeup thing that actually works,
Cute.
and then
So
Q-tips.
when you guys go to conferences, do you guys doll yourself up like
Oh.
a lot, or you do like a natural looking makeup?
Natural.
okay.
Yeah.
So my first conference was SCICOMM in Long Beach, and I got ready, and I felt so dumb. So ever since then, yeah, I just do like my day routine, which is like BB cream, powder, and mascara. Also, especially since the conferences I go to, it's very like white male dominant.
Yeah, I think it depends on the conferences. Like sometimes I feel like I'd be a little more comfortable than if I went to.
There's a lot of red lipstick at SFSU.
Yeah.
Other places. Yeah.
Like also my conference clothing colors are a little brighter. You know, not as neutral because I feel like it's a different environment also. You know, but I say like if you want to wear whatever you want, wear whatever you want. But I feel like there's always that.
Yeah. Yeah, so what is your guys' weekday routine and what impacts that decision?
Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like what impacts my makeup decision is my mood in the morning. If I feel like, you know, a little down on my luck, I'll do my makeup extra because I feel like if you feel like you look pretty, then you'll feel better on the
definitely.
inside, you know? Or maybe you're super stressed with a bunch of like, you know, things that are going on in your lab, then I'll yeah, I'll just do my makeup even more dramatic.
I try to do like the usual every day, but I know if I'm going to be doing a lot of lab work, I try not to wear lipsticks just because I feel I haven't found a formula that I could wear all day and it won't mess up and not look good.
Try this. Try one of these.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, really? Not even Kat Von D?
I feel like after a while it gets dry for me. It stays, but I feel like it gets a little drier. You know, I think the only ones that actually work are like actual tube lipsticks and if they're satin kind of formula.
Yeah, and if I'm at the clinic that day, I definitely won't wear like a exaggerated cat eye or lipstick or anything else that makes me look more
But what I
extra than usual.
What I do when I wear like really prominent lipsticks is if I don't want you guys looking at my eyes because I have dark circles. So I I distract people with my lips.
Color correcting.
I mean, I do it too, but I know it,
okay.
you know? So, that also affects my decisions. But pretty usual. Cover up whatever.
Wait, why not in clinic days?
Do
not go extra.
Honestly, this might sound a little weird, but I like to be taken serious, and I feel like if I'm super dolled up, I won't be taken as serious.
Not weird.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I think that's why the conferences too.
I even feel that because when I first started going to the clinic, I would definitely do my makeup all out like I usually would if I feel so. But I felt like I don't know. I feel like I was questioned a little more. My patients would ask me more questions, or I just felt like I needed to look more natural and not so done up too.
That's valid thinking.
Yeah, and also even with perfume, that's just goes without saying. I guess you don't want to smell a lot with your perfume because maybe a patient might not.
Oh, yeah.
Like that smell, or maybe be allergic. So that's
So what do you guys think about when? Because remember in what do you call that? Elementary or junior high or high school, you couldn't wear outstanding makeup because it was a distraction.
Oh yeah, I was in a private school, so
All girls private school?
No, girls and boys.
Okay.
So my uniform had to be to my knees because in case boys found my knees very tempting.
What's their fault?
Okay, yeah,
that's
so
always
that's what I'm
been
getting to.
so triggering to me.
Why are we told to not be distracting, and when it's why not just not be distracted? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Why do we have to be censored and not them being disciplined? I guess would be better, right?
That's nice.
I don't know, because it's not my fault if I have cleavage. Why am I supposed to cover it more than someone else? I don't know.
Real talk.
So I feel like that's why now we are, we don't go extra because we want to be taken more seriously.
Yeah.
Or we're feeling dumb or embarrassed to wear glam at a conference, and we're because when we put it on, we're yeah, you're confident. But then when we get there, you're oh.
And you see everybody else super mellowed out.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested on that evolution and dynamic of those feelings, and I feel like it has a lot to stem from us being told not to be distracting.
The type of society we grew up in.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
A good makeup tip, if stuff starts to dry out, but it should, as long as it's within that expiring year, which I never really pay attention to.
Do I? I know
you're being recorded here.
I'm that's 12 months, and I was
saline or contact solution. Just squirt some of it in the dip brow, or I do that.
I heard oil.
I've tried oil, but it didn't help. It made it super.
My mom started putting castor oil in her mascaras because supposedly castor oil helps elongate your lashes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she started doing that.
And
I started making fun of her. I'm oh my god, Ma, you're blowing me away. With your lashes.
You're cute.
She was really mad.
She was mad?
Yeah, she was I just started. I'm oh my god, I know, you're growing. And she's I know, I can feel them touch my eyebrows. But she's still trying it out, work in progress.
So your mom's into makeup?
She is into makeup. My mom is very into taking care of herself.
Ooh, I love that.
She goes to laser appointments, to do, because she suffers from hyperpigmentation also. Mm-hmm. Especially now, once you go past menopause, you're not producing.
Wait, what is hyperpigmentation?
So when you get the dark spots on your face.
Okay.
And it also kind of
is that due to keratin?
It's due to melanocytes and all that.
Okay, just kidding.
So apparently, there's a whole hormone pathway thing that when you do you get through your menopause, you're not producing as much this, and it ends up affecting your skin pigment cells. So you end up getting like darker spots if it runs in your family.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so she does actually do like that lightening stuff too. Like she does facials, does this. Like she very takes care of herself. And she tells me, like, you're 25 now, you should start. And I'm like, oh, can I afford to? Can't afford it.
Yeah, I can't afford that.
All those spas that you go to.
But yeah, I have a friend who she works for a makeup company, and she was like telling me one time all this stuff, and it has like all this anti-aging. I was like, well, how old were we? Like, we were like 23, and I was like, anti-aging? Why are you like? She's like, girl, you need to start that now.
Yeah, that's what
I was
my
like,
mom's
well.
telling me. She also tells me, because like her face is good, but when you put moisturizer, you're supposed to put all the way down to the bottom of your neck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to help, like, you know, when you get old, you don't get all those wrinkles down there at the bottom of your neck.
That gizzard.
Yeah, that thing.
I already feel like
And also I had to start, like, night lotion.
I've had a double chin ever since I popped out. I have like such a small chin that it's just like, this is never gonna go away.
Yeah, doesn't everybody have a double chin?
It's a good
You
question.
do not have one. You do not have one.
You do not.
Wait till you look at the video on the side.
Oh man. Okay, so how do we be the change so that when we're all PIs or at conferences, that we, like, the younger generation of women scientists don't feel like if they want to wear makeup to a conference, then they can and they should. How do we build that environment?
By doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Like showing up with the glow up?
Yeah, like,
I'll
I
beat
think,
my face for the change.
like when I talked to the fourth graders, like, I did wear lipstick, and it was with the intention to show the girls, like, you could wear lipstick and still be a scientist. I also showed up in Converse to be like, not all scientists are in, you know, professional clothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I brought, like, bright red Converse, like.
I would always show up in a tie-dye when I taught first grader scientists, and when we, in that blog that I just wrote for the SCICOMM, she drew me, and I was wearing, like, she drew me with my purple and blue hair, and these shoes, and my, like, tie-dye.
Yeah, because, I mean, they'll see what you're doing, you know?
Yeah.
And basically you are representing teaching them and helping. I think, yeah. It starts with
Be the agents of change.
though when I don't know if you've seen Letty, but Letty, whenever she goes to conferences or gives talks or whatever, she actually does a full face of makeup too, and her hair and all that stuff.
I don't think I've ever seen her in full face.
Yeah, she does it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, like she gave an interview for like Univision, which is a Spanish network that they want to talk about lead levels in San Francisco.
Oh, okay, so can you tell everyone what you were just
the knowledge.
talking about?
So,
all the knowledge.
So, I was at Starbucks with our pregnant lab manager, you know, so she's very health conscious to take care of the new life she's creating. And
Isn't it funny how, like, until we have these other lives we're responsible for, we're like,
stop eating hot Cheetos.
Never.
That happened to my cousin. She would eat them every day, and then I guess the baby didn't like it because she can't eat them.
Oh man, I would. That's not my child.
She also would eat like In-N-Out every week, and apparently the baby does not approve. But yeah, so
Coming in woke. Super granola baby.
legit, yeah. So she was worried about the hot water being used, being filtered. And I had to Google, and Google's cool. Apparently Starbucks has this like 3-tier filtration system thing. Every Starbucks, which is why all the Starbucks drinks taste the same despite where they are located. Which makes sense.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad they can't give that water to people who...
That's a different story for another time. So, and then she was telling me that apparently the SF Build students here were testing water and all throughout, I think it was San Francisco, and for the lead levels, and it was basically the same. If it's room temperature, lead levels are normal. If it's also cold, lead levels are normal. However, if you use hot tap water, the lead levels actually increase. I don't know exactly by how much, but it actually becomes like very dangerous levels, and you actually end up being exposed to. And also,
awesome.
Yeah. And another thing that was kind of like, I think.
So another reason to not take hot showers.
Oh, sure.
Oh, I love hot showers.
So do I.
I scold.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like burn all.
And another thing that Chinomso in our lab mentioned, because she's studying actually lead levels and the link to preterm birth, so women who give birth before the 7-month mark, I think. She was saying actually once you're exposed to a chemical, you're exposed to a chemical. It doesn't matter how much or how little. It's in your body already. Awesome. And I was like, oh,
I'm dead.
yeah. Well, this is it. This is me.
Love it or leave it.
Yep. all my chemical induced thing from Lucas when I was eating them. You guys remember that? The Lucas candy?
Yeah.
In our youth?
They would cut the tongue, but yeah.
On a Tuesday. My favorite are the little ones with the little like strawberry balls that are super gooey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love those. Or the mango spoons. But now that I'm scared of mangoes,
Oh yeah,
I don't fuck with that no more.
Can we give you like EpiPen? Like right afterwards, or would that work?
Well, I mean, the flesh of the mango is fine. It's just the skin.
So-
I'm here, you guys. I'm already here.
I'm not there yet. I'm not at the party.
Oh wait, I actually have lipstick.
What setting spray do you use?
It was $12, so I bought it.
It smells delicious.
I don't know if I like it, but it was on sale.
Okay.
I honestly don't know how much setting spray does. The best setting spray I've ever used that actually set my makeup is hairspray.
Oh, wow.
But it's probably so bad.
Yeah.
I think about that when I use a setting spray. I'm like, I'm inhaling all of this.
I don't know. This one's my ride or die. It makes me look snatched. That's look.
No, but so this is like, yeah.
Like,
You just can't fly with it, you know, because it's a.
Speaking of flying and Mexican candy, so LA has better Mexican candy than we do here because I feel like it's fresher. You know, the ones you sometimes get here, it's a little stale. So the last time I went to LA for a conference, my cousin got me like bags of Mexican candy, and I put it in my carry-on. I got pulled over by the TSA for the bags in my candy. They just opened it, and they were just like, "She just has candy."
Oh, me too.
oh, I thought you were going to say they were going to take it. I was like, that is so not cool.
I lost the flight because I had tamales in my carry-on, and they pulled me over and like took me to like the second inspection or whatever. They took everything out. They were testing the tamales that it wasn't. I don't know what they were looking for. Like
Don't touch the
tamale,
tamale.
and I lost my flight. It was the worst thing ever. I can't believe they would do that for tamales.
That is so rude.
Yeah,
It's violation.
For tamales.
I felt victimized.
Yeah. But yeah.
Shoot. I'm going to put this lipstick on, and I'm going to take it off right away because my lips are so chapped. This is really pretty. It is like,
It was cheap too.
I feel like it's encased in...
You guys have a lot of tart.
Yeah.
It has.
I know. I don't know how to
Now
feel
that you
about it
said that, I
anymore.
was like, I already stopped with Kat Von D.
Oh, is this where you're browing?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay. I've never seen that before. Brow powder.
Almost done.
Me too.
Just give me.
It has definitely taken me 3 times longer to do my makeup. We're talking and
My favorite, because, okay, so my partner's super duper into sports. So, he's always like, when are you going to be ready? Come on, like, come on. And my favorite meme ever was like, whatever, a girl's going to be ready in 5 minutes, just like there's 5 minutes left in the game.
That is so true. That is so true.
Right?
Sweet Jesus, especially when it comes to a football game. That's the best.
Or basketball, it's like the whole game, some, like, things are happening, whatever, sure. But then the last 5 minutes, it's like, timeout, foul,
Yeah.
timeout. God.
Yeah.
time out. I smudged.
Yeah, that eyeliner.
Eyeliner is a respect. Can't wait to. Oh, I can't wait for you to see Adrian put her eyeliner on.
Too dark. Today's too dark. I'm not vibing.
Honestly, Adrian's eyeliner when you burn her.
Dude, I know, she's such a
Her
good...
thing just slays.
Oh, I messed up. I messed up big time. Help. Save me. Send help.
Here. It's an oil thing.
What?
Ooh, what's that?
At Nordstrom Rack?
Oh, makeup remover.
Yeah.
That
it's-
is so
That's actually
cool.
the best.
You literally,
one I found.
when you come home, like, a little buzz, and you're like...
This. And then just like scrub it and then rinse.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Best thing ever. It was at Nordstrom Rack. for
That
like
is seriously
$50.
the best days when you come home kind of drunk and you're like, I took my makeup off. Yay! Such a good feeling.
Mm. And then the makeup ends up all over your pillowcase.
Yeah.
And just gross.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll go with Sedona.
Why are you guys both looking at me?
She looked and I looked.
Wow, those are really... Tell me more about that sponge.
Oh, the sponge.
Oh, the felty sponge. Is that the
I
one?
definitely recommend it, but my first mistake when I used it is that I tend not to do too much of a heavy foundation. But this one will do full coverage, like, real fast. So you have to slowly build it up. Because I was used to using, like, a lot of foundation, and how, like, the other sponges will absorb
nice
it.
foundations.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
You know how the like regular sponges will really absorb all the foundation? This one does not. So you need to be like super careful when you use it.
Oh, that's
like,
really cool.
Use very little amount and then slowly build it up,
That's good though.
so you don't end up with a big wrinkle face.
Getting high. All right, y'all. Thank you, scientists, for sticking around and getting to know us. Check back for future episodes. If you liked, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And thank you for both being here.
Yeah, of
That
course.
was fun.
Cool. So stay tuned and beat your face with us.
So stay tuned and beat your face with us.
Olvido decirte que muy fácil me enamoro yo.